Think you've seen it all when it comes to quirky countries? Think again. Today, you're about to discover Iceland, a place where the impossible seems to happen every single day. Picture this. Active volcanoes, erupting geysers, black sand beaches, and landscapes so surreal they look like another planet. Add to that some cultural traditions that defy common sense. In this video, I'm going to show you 10 mind-blowing facts about Iceland that will completely change the way you see this fascinating country. From jaw-dropping natural wonders to customs you won't find anywhere else, get ready to explore a society that lives in a way you've probably never seen before. And stick around to the end, because the 10th fact is by far the most shocking of them all. You won't believe what makes Iceland one of the most extraordinary places on Earth. 1. The land of fire and ice. When you hear Iceland, you probably imagine a frozen land covered in snow. But the truth is, this country is home to both active volcanoes and massive glaciers. The nickname Land of Fire and Ice couldn't be more accurate. Over 130 volcanoes have been identified across Iceland, and many are still active. At the same time, nearly 10% of the country is covered in glaciers, like the mighty Vatnajökull, the largest in Europe. This contrast creates otherworldly landscapes, where you can walk across fields of black lava and, just a few kilometers later, come across rivers of crystal blue ice. And no, Icelanders aren't afraid of living with that kind of danger. On the contrary, they've learned to harness geothermal energy from the volcanoes to heat homes, pools, and even sidewalks in winter. It's nature's raw power turned into comfort and sustainability. Visiting Iceland means feeling the power of fire and the calm of ice, all in the same day. It's a true feast for the senses. Would you be brave enough to live in a place where volcanoes and glaciers exist side by side? 2. Northern Lights. Nature's light show. Few natural events are as breathtaking as the Northern Lights, and Iceland is one of the best places on Earth to witness them. From September to April, the long, dark nights reveal skies lit up by curtains of green, purple, and even red light. The experience is so mesmerizing that many travelers head to Iceland just for this. Why does it happen here? It's all thanks to Iceland's location near the Arctic Circle, where solar particles collide with Earth's atmosphere, releasing bursts of light. The result? Magical nights that have inspired legends and folktales for generations. Many once believed the lights were messages from the gods. Today, hotels and tour companies offer special nighttime excursions to find the best viewing spots. And even locals who see it often stop what they're doing when the lights begin to dance overhead. If you're into nature, get your camera ready. Watching the Northern Lights in Iceland is something you'll never forget. Have you ever seen the Northern Lights? Or would you like to? 3. Black sand and ice beaches. Forget about tropical beaches. Iceland's coastlines are something else entirely. Here, you'll find striking black sand beaches, formed by volcanic eruptions that turned rock into fine, dark grains. One of the most famous is Reynisfjara Beach, where the deep black sand meets the bright blue ocean, an absolutely breathtaking sight. But it gets even more surreal. In some places, chunks of glacier ice float to shore, scattering across the beach like glittering diamonds. Hence the name Diamond Beach. These beaches aren't for sunbathing or swimming, though the waves are powerful and cold. Instead, they're perfect for taking in the scenery and snapping unforgettable photos. In fact, many international films and TV shows have been shot here because of the mysterious, almost alien vibe. If you love nature, visiting a black sand beach in Iceland is something you simply have to experience. Would you brave the cold just to see a beach like this? Or do you prefer something more tropical? 4. 100% clean and sustainable energy. Iceland is one of the few countries in the world that barely uses fossil fuels to generate electricity or heat homes. Around 85% of all the energy used in the country comes from renewable sources, mostly geothermal and hydropower. Thanks to its volcanic activity, Iceland has easy access to underground hot water, which heats homes, schools, swimming pools, and even sidewalks to melt snow. This makes everyday life more comfortable and eco-friendly, giving the country one of the lowest carbon footprints on the planet. The system is so efficient that researchers from all over the world come to Iceland to study its clean energy practices. And the best part? It's inspiring other countries to follow suit. Living in Iceland means enjoying modern comforts while protecting the environment, a true role model for the rest of the world. Do you think your country could adopt a clean energy model like this? 5. Elves, trolls, and the invisible world. In Iceland, it's not just the landscapes that are magical. The folklore is, too. A surprisingly large portion of the population believes in elves, trolls, and other mystical beings from the invisible world. These magical creatures are part of everyday life and even influence things like urban planning. Roads and buildings have been rerouted to avoid disturbing supposed elf habitats. There are even tour guides who specialize in sharing legends and showing you enchanted spots. This deep respect for folklore runs so strong that in some cases, construction projects have been delayed until spiritual consultations were done to ensure no problems with a hidden world. More than superstition, this connection to myth reflects a profound respect for nature and the country's roots, making Iceland even more fascinating. Do you believe in magical beings, or have any local legends in your area? 6. Unique cuisine, from fermented shark to ice cream in winter. Icelandic food is truly one of a kind. For centuries, the country's isolation forced locals to get creative with what they had. One of the most famous, and let's be honest, most daring dishes is hakarl, fermented shark meat. It has a strong smell and a taste that's, let's say, unforgettable. But don't worry, there are also plenty of delicious options, like skyr, a thick, protein-rich yogurt, or rye bread baked in volcanic soil, and of course, super fresh seafood. One surprising habit? Icelanders eat ice cream all year round, even during snowstorms. For them, cold weather is no excuse to skip a good frozen treat. The local cuisine is so unique that adventurous foodies from around the world come here to try something completely different. If you're someone who loves exploring new flavors, Iceland will definitely challenge and excite your taste buds. Which of these dishes would you dare to try? Or have you already tasted something exotic like this before? Tell us about it. 7. Outdoor hot pools, hot pots. Imagine soaking in a hot spring while snow falls around you and the air is freezing cold. Sounds like a dream, right? In Iceland, it's just another day. Outdoor geothermal pools, or hot pots, are part of everyday life here. They're places to relax, hang out with friends, and even hold business meetings. The famous Blue Lagoon is a top tourist attraction, but the real secret lies in the many small community pools spread across the country. Heated naturally by the Earth's core, the water has therapeutic properties and offers a truly unique experience, especially in winter. For Icelanders, soaking in a hot pot is almost a ritual. It's a time to unwind, reconnect with nature, and recharge your mind and body. Would you jump into a hot pool outdoors, even with snow falling? Let us know your answer. 8. Midnight sun and endless nights. In Iceland, the sun and the moon don't follow the usual rules. During summer, especially around June, the sun barely sets. This phenomenon, called the midnight sun, means the sky stays bright for nearly 24 hours a day. You can hike, explore, or even join festivals in the middle of the night. But in winter, it flips. Daylight might last only 3 or 4 hours. Long nights take over, and the sun barely rises. Sounds extreme, right? But Icelanders are used to it. They use artificial lights, host traditional parties, and get creative to stay positive during the darkest months. This unique rhythm shows just how much nature can shape daily life, mood, and even the country's art and culture. How do you think you'd handle nearly 24 hours of sunlight or darkness? Would you prefer the endless summer days or cozy winter nights? Comment below. 9. One of the happiest and safest countries in the world. Despite its remote location and harsh weather, Iceland constantly ranks as one of the happiest and safest places on Earth. What's their secret? A strong sense of community, almost no crime, high-quality education, and universal healthcare. People often leave their cars unlocked. Kids play outside freely, and lost wallets or phones are returned with everything intact. There's a deep sense of trust here, something that's hard to find in many parts of the world. And don't forget the close connection to nature, which contributes a lot to people's well-being. It's no wonder Iceland is seen as a global role model for quality of life. They prove that even in challenging environments, it's possible to thrive as long as people respect and care for one another. Would you feel safe living in a place like this? What stands out most to you about Icelandic life? Share your thoughts. 10. Iceland, the only country with no mosquitoes. Yes, you heard that right. Iceland is the only country in the world with 0 mosquitoes. In a time when these insects are a global concern due to the diseases they carry, Icelanders get to enjoy nature without a single bite. How is that possible? It comes down to the country's unique environment. Harsh winters, short summers, and a lack of still water make it nearly impossible for mosquitoes to survive and breed. Scientists are still fascinated by this, and tourists immediately notice the difference when hiking near lakes or waterfalls. No buzzing, no swatting, no repellent needed. For locals, it's just another point of pride. And for visitors, it's one more reason why Iceland feels like a paradise for nature lovers. Can you imagine a place with absolutely no mosquitoes? Would that make you more excited to visit? Drop your answer in the comments. Iceland is so much more than just a fantasy movie backdrop. It's a country where the impossible becomes part of everyday life. A place where nature sets the pace and ancient traditions coexist beautifully with modern innovation. From dancing northern lights to steaming volcanoes, from tales of elves to 100% clean energy, each of these facts reveals a little more of Iceland's magic. If any of these stories surprised you, just imagine what it would be like to experience them in real life. Let us know in the comments which one amazed you the most. And don't forget to share this video with someone who also loves discovering the extraordinary hidden in every corner of the world. See you next time.